Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Golden Sun. When last we left off, Isaac, Garrett and Jenna have now been joined by Kraden Masage. They're going to go into the Sol Sanctum up Mount Aleph because they have questions that need answering. Namely, are Saturos and Menardi telling the truth about the Sol Sanctum? They appear to have been in there, and we in fact know that they've been in there because they were the ones that attacked Isaac and Garrett 3 years ago. And why neither of them have mentioned this is still something that puzzles me, because it would have solved a lot of problems right now. But either way, we're going to sneak in there and pretty much break all of the rules that have been set out by the people who long ago decreed how Vale would be run in terms of synergy and its secrets. But that's okay, because we are super sneaky. Oh wait, no, we are not. You're not planning on sneaking up to Mount Aleph, are you? No, of course not, we said as we lied through our teeth. Well, I'll overlook it this time. But I've got my eye on you, Isaac. Indeed you do. You are so very, very observant. So exceptionally observant. Remind me to tell you of that later, when I'm back from Sol Sanctum. And indeed, we are at the Sol entrance, and there's one thing I can say. If somebody has been here, they were polite enough to shut the door behind them. Let's go. And in we are. To a dungeon. This is the entrance to Sol Sanctum. This is your first time here, right? Indeed it is. It's an important relic of our past. Take a good look at it. And indeed we have. There we go. Looks quite nice. And let's go. No, wait, we actually need to go in there. A long way in there. And here is a quite harmless demo of how jumping puzzles work. You can jump so far without any problem, and the game will just automatically let you do that by pushing in the direction that you want to jump. There is only one solution to that puzzle. And now I have a question, and that is, who keeps all of these lights lit if nobody can go in here? That is a very good question. I don't think we'll ever know the answer to it. And also, there is combat down this corridor, and there it is! Haha! Now there are 3 of us, and 2 of them are armed with some quite nasty swords. Jenna, however, has a staff, but her magic is absolutely devastating, as I shall show off here. Garrett shall defend, and so shall Isaac, but Jenna will use flare. Attack with flaring flames. The larger of the icons there decrees who gets hit with more damage, but that doesn't matter, because all of it is devastating. Absolutely devastating. And that one managed to survive, which is okay, because we can crush that one with our remaining attacks. There we go. And that was all Jenna's victory there. Golden experience are ours, indeed. And now we will move on, down here, into another jumping puzzle. This one has one of 3 different places we can go. And the middle one is important because there is a loot chest down here. But first we must fight a mushroom and a bat. These enemies are very similar to how they were 3 years prior, and that one managed to dodge, and that can happen, but Jenna did exactly the same, which is very handy. As they've said before, synergy does recharge as time goes on as you walk around. Not very fast, however, and you can get into a bad situation where you will run out of synergy, but fortunately in this first dungeon, it's really not that much of a problem. There we go. 1 dead pair of enemies and experience. Brilliant. And up here is loot. Sometimes these won't have things in them. Sometimes it'll be far worse than any loot you could possibly want. And here is a small jewel, which is brilliant because we need that for the right-hand area over here. There is a puzzle that we must solve, and it is over in this direction. Off we go, Isaac, to solve puzzles, which is right here. It's a relief of a minotaur. The right eye is sparkling, but there's a hole where the left eye should be, and it automatically opens up the menu here so you can select the item that you do need. Every character has a limited amount of inventory space, so you need to be very careful. But right now, we're going to use the small jewel here. We can get the details of it, it's an important item, and we're going to use it. There we go. Isaac sent the small gem into the empty socket. And something definitely happened, and you're going to see that animation quite a bit from Isaac. You hear the sound of shifting stone, as we have just solved a puzzle. And found a combat! This one is against a pair of mushrooms, and we don't have any offensive magic at all, or synergy I should now start saying, on Isaac. Garrett has a bit. You can also press the cancel button to move back to the previous person. So, Garrett has a bit, he has flair as well. We might as well do that. There we go. Excellent. Garrett most certainly is a heavy hitter rather than a synergy user, but hey, fire is just as effective regardless. There we go. Brilliant. And now we shall move on and go and move to where we've opened up. We need to take a slightly different route to do that, but that's okay. It's this one over here. And there's only really one way you can get to that, so off we go! In this direction, where we wouldn't have been able to go at all before. And here is a puzzle. Or maybe not. Yep, there's a puzzle here. Definitely. What's wrong, Kraden? These two said there was a hidden passage leading deeper into the sanctum. And I haven't noticed those dotted, little areas there where you can push things. I've come here many times, and I've always thought that it looked strange. I'd always imagined Sol Sanctum would look different somehow. What do you mean? Sol Sanctum was built in honor of the sun. There ought to be something here to reflect that. I was always puzzled why there wasn't. If there's a hidden passage, then maybe it leads to... Well, let's see if we can find it. I'm not going to reveal why. I think he's serious. Should we help him, Isaac? Of course we should. But it's too dangerous for us to split up. We should stay together. Agreed. Let's stay together, shall we? There are statues here, and there are ones that we can move. We can either use the move synergy, or we could just push them. Oh look, there is a passage. That wasn't very hard at all, was it? And now I'm going to use the synergy just to show off how it works. There we go. You can push things that way as well. And up here is stairs up. And unfortunately there is one problem with going back here, and that is that sometimes some puzzles reset if you move to different areas. In this case, that's not the case at all. In here is a grand total of nothing. So this one had a combat in it though, with slimes with horns on their heads. Lots of enemies indeed that we're going to be absolutely destroying with the all-consuming power of synergy. Fire kills everything! Except for things that have the element of fire, whereupon they don't. And that slime turned into a ball that attacked us, but that's okay, because all but one of them are dead. And this one is pretty soon also going to be, yep, very dead. Which is brilliant. Let's move on, shall we? Over here and into the obvious area that is very, very obvious. Up we go, and up the stairs. And here is the Sol Sanctum itself, which has a kind of puzzle to it. And here is more combat. We'll be finding a lot of combat. We're probably going to be doing a lot of healing as well. Most certainly. For now, however, I think we're going to want some focused attacks here. Like that. There we go. One dead enemy. Two dead enemies. These two can finish off that one. Brilliant. And Isaac is now a level 2 squire and has mastered the spell Quake, which is good, and his HP and synergy points rise, attack and defense too, and agility, and we got some money. Garrett didn't level up at all, which is a shame. But hey, he will eventually. Let's see if we can find anything over here. Hello? I'm not looking for combats, I'm only looking for progress. And now we can show off what the Quake spell does. It's much like the Flare spell, with the exception that it actually it uses the earth elements rather than the fire element. There we go. Excellent. It doesn't do as much damage right now, but Isaac is not as good at synergy as Jenna is, which is to be expected considering, oh, one of them ran away. That sometimes can happen. Hello, you're the one that remained, and that was a foolish thing to do. And Garrett still has not leveled up, which is okay. Also, here is some loot. What is in here? Another jewel. We're going to need that. I imagine we might need more than one of them. We might even need two. Also, here are more enemies. We're going to be fighting a lot of encounters in this game. A lot of them. There we go. And now Isaac is that little bit better at Wild Mushroom turns upon you. Is there any particular reason why you did that? I have no idea. But either way, you are now very, very dead. Brilliant. And Garrett is now a level 2 guard and gained no new synergy whatsoever. But we got coins and that's all that matters, eh? What about over here? Anything over here? There's a long corridor full of enemies and doom. Also, we could start using some synergy to heal, but right now I think just obliterating everything that's here is probably a better idea. With earthquakes and fire! It should probably do a job. There we go. It's not going to be so easy as we move on. Have more fire! And that one managed to flee away, which is okay. Jenna didn't gain any more synergy. I'm not very surprised. And here we go. Further down, and what's over here? A grand total of... I think we might... No, we haven't been down this way. And this time, we were caught off guard, and one of them tried to run away but couldn't. And considering the fact that we were caught off guard, that is quite an achievement. You tried to flee when you had the upper hand, and totally and utterly failed. Oh well, at least you tried, eh? More experience, more gold. And over here is... this way. Okay, a puzzle. Which one is the way forward? More statues. It doesn't look like we can reach them from here. Or can we? Perhaps synergy is the key. Isaac, try to use your synergy. And so the game gives you a very safe environment with which to use your move synergy to go and see... gotta be careful here. I think we need to be a little bit closer. Maybe if we do this here. Ah, there we go. Much better. And over here is something we need to use. It once again is a relief of a Minotaur. And we're going to be using the gem we have here. There we go. Much better. And once more, things have happened. Is there the sound of shifting stone? That's good, because we need to go and figure out where that is. But first, let's have a look at everything, shall we? An open way here. Anything in here? There's a way forward, which is nice, but we're going to explore every other area first, because you never know, there might be goodies behind them. Aha! What about this one? Anything here? The answer is no. What about here? The game's starting to disappoint me. Nope, nothing here either. And one more. Maybe this one has something in it? The answer is yes, it does. What about here? There is another corridor full of enemies. Yeah, full of enemies, not items, because, here is an amaze. Hello, you most certainly are not amazing, but you will perish, that is for sure. Not before you cast the spell yourself, which will indeed hurt. Quite a lot. Alright, coins and experience. Now I think we need to use some curing synergy here. There we go, full health, and full health, which is brilliant. Anything else in here? There might be an item, there might be goodies. There is an area that is very important that we probably will be coming back to later. Ooh, this is a tricky fight. Lots and lots of enemies, but we get the first attack, which is handy. Alright, we'll do that, and then we'll do this, and... oh, no, then we'll do that. Copious amounts of synergy should most certainly help. There we go, 1 dead. And 2... no. 3 dead, excellent. And 4 dead. And now the last one. You stand absolutely no chance, but that's good. There we go. What is over here? Aha! Loot. We got a herb, which is always handy. We sort of want to go into that area over there, but maybe we want to go into the other location first. I get the feeling that might be more important. Either way, there's no way that we can fail in this area. These enemies don't hurt in physical combat as much as they do in magical or synergy combat, because pretty much everything uses synergy. There is no actual magic in the game in the traditional sense. It's all synergy. And one interesting thing to note that may be mentioned later is that synergy is invisible to people who don't have it. They can't see it, they can see the effects of it, but they can't see it. Let's go in here first and see what's in this location. The answer is more combat that will be very easy to defeat. Sometimes you will literally just get into a combat and mash the attack button and then win. But the later combats don't give you that opportunity. Was there anything in here? The answer is a resounding no. What was this build for? We may never know. But hey, at least experience is good, and as you can see, we are most certainly regaining all of the synergy points that we lost, which is good. Garrett and Jenna nearly have full once again. And most of these enemies are very nearly dead. But one of them certainly is, the other two, however, are not. And they shall attack us with their deadly forks that are not actually that deadly. One enemy dead, and two enemies dead. Haha. And now, level 3, Squire. Not bad whatsoever, and gold is always good. Let's now go back the way we came, and go into that room that seems very, very important for plot reasons. And it most certainly is important for plot reasons. Up we go! Plot time! Aha! This is it! We found it! We have indeed. Clearly, this is the mark of the sun, the heart of Sol Sanctum. I thought I was going to say certainly, but no, clearly. It's just as I'd imagined, which means those two were telling the truth. Uh-oh. Yeah, it does look quite interesting. But if what they said was true, then that means they must have been... They were thieves! They came to rob the sanctum! Let's hurry back to the village and tell everybody. Or not? Kraden, what's the matter? We're so close. Close? Close to what? We've come all the way to the heart of Sol Sanctum to turn our backs on it and leave. There's something wrong with that? Apparently so. Sol Sanctum holds the origins of alchemy. It would be a waste to... What do you think? Shall we go a little farther? Of course we shall. After all, we may unlock the secret. Yes, we shall. Thank you. If you put it that way, we don't have much choice. Hint, hint, we probably had no choice. I'm with Kraden. I want to look inside. Really? We'll just go a little bit further. And indeed we will. Good, it's decided. Let's move ahead. He was very fast at moving over to us. And here is another room that he did not expect. What is this room? Well, it's got a moon. What do you think? There's a moon in the center. A picture of Luna. This must symbolize night. Really? You think, Kraden? No wonder you're the sage. These rooms must be connected somehow, don't you think? Yes, indeed. Luna and Sol, these rooms must hide some secret. But what could it be? What does it all mean? Isaac, would you look farther up the passage? Indeed I will. Let me know what you find. I'm going to stand here and do nothing. While nothing happens, we're going to go this way and head up in this direction, where unfortunately there's going to be even more combat. There's also this area here, where we most certainly want to move things very, very slowly. Here we go. There we go. That makes a small light appear. But there is more to this place than even that, because now we want to move this one up here. Now, why do we want to do that? Because with that, there is now an actual hole. And that is important. And how do we get over there? Why, we jump, of course. And then we can use Synergy to move that thing over there. Come this way! There we go! I wonder what that did. Something clicked. Something did indeed do that. We've no idea what just yet, but something certainly did. Ooh, that did something. You're not paying attention at all, are you? Now you are. What's happening? That's happening. Yep, it's changed. Isaac must have found something. You know, you maybe shouldn't just run off by yourself. You found it, Isaac. What is it? Kraden. Yep. Here's a puzzle. You could jump quite nimbly. Excellent work, Isaac. It might not have just been him, you know. Where did that hole come from? Oh, we made that. When Isaac moved those statues, 2 beams of light shot out from them. And then this hole appeared in the floor. And Isaac dropped the statue into it after that. We're good puzzle solvers. Good work, everyone. Also, we're very high up. So the statue puzzle was the trap. Oh? And the other statue here was here to disarm the trap. Ah, and now that you've disarmed it, we should be alright. Ah, I'll observe from the lunar room where it's safe. You handle the rest. If you go and do this without dealing with the trap, things go horribly wrong. Do you remember 3 years ago? You should, because that's pretty much what happened when Saturos and Menardi went in here. And it's pretty safe to say that they came in here 3 years ago. And did something silly. Their puzzle solving is nothing compared to the wits of a 17-year-old boy. And so, when we come back, folks, we're going to continue exploring Sol Sanctum. Even though we really shouldn't. And also, there really should be some sort of handrail here, because people literally could just jump off into oblivion. That's not safe at all. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. Oh, puzzle solving. We've only just scratched the surface in this game. Only scratched the surface. Later.